Hello and welcome to the Inbetween podcast. I'm user host Joe Score and I'm joined here by Tony Tones at RT. How are you, buddy?
Hello, doing pretty good.
Dave's just sent me a photo of Peter Molyneux with an elf hat on. I don't know if he's found this online or if he's made this himself, but
I hope he's made it.
I didn't have time to put it over your image, so here is Peter Molyneux with an elf hat. Thank you, Vietnam Dave.
Peter Molyneux.
So we weren't 100% sure when the podcast was going to be for Christmas, but it's just we're doing it normal time, sort of, on Sunday. And I got the Gachi Christmas lights. I actually have Christmas decorations around my room, but you can't see them because I'm in the way. And also, because my webcam is so old at this point, if I don't have my main light on, you can't see me at all. Like I don't know if I can. I've got like I'm RGB'd up. It's the only time of year I'm actually RGB'd up, really.
Yeah.
The man himself. It's a bit better in full cam. See my Christmas tree. Got some Christmas lights going off under the windowsill. But I like this little animated frame. It's like picture of Santa Claus, and there's a light bulb inside of his light. The switch.
Nintendo Switch.
Turn it on and off. There was a few of those that but I thought that one was the coolest. But yeah, guys, it's Christmas, guys. It's Christmas.
Okay, it's Christmas time again.
What's that Christmas song that starts with "It's Christmas"?
I can't remember, but that's a good
You
one.
hear that fucking every time Christmas. It's Christmas.
It's honestly the only part I remember from the song as well. So
yeah. Anyway, but basically, we had the Game Awards, and there was a bunch of trailers shown for the Game Awards, and I think what we're going to do is we're just going to watch all the trailers and talk about them, and then if there's time at the end for news, I'll talk about news, because other than Cyberpunk being a buggy mess, there's not a lot of like super interesting stuff, so I'm just going to talk about the trailers, because that's the news that most interests me. And of course, we cannot listen to music anymore for anything, because
No.
there's massive DMCAs on Twitch. There's still DMCA stuff on YouTube. Last time we watched trailers, I got DMCA'd for watching the Bloodlines 2 trailer.
Yeah.
Because of the music on that. So I'm just not going to play any sound. Tony has said we're going to put on some non-copyright Christmas music. It was like Red, so I think I played this exact music last year, maybe. We'll have that in the background instead, because I've got the Christmas lights on in real life and on the podcast. So even if it's not feeling very Christmassy where you are, hopefully we can put some Christmas spirit back into you through the podcast. But do you want to just you want to start with the trailers, or is there anything you want to say? Forever hold your peace, Tony, before we start watching trailers.
I haven't got any peas to hold, so I think we should just
any
go for
Thermos talk before we start.
I've got a Thermos, stainless steel double-walled Thermos. So
you'll love to see that, really.
I don't know if you can hear it, but
there it is. Wait, you'll get we should update actually. You're getting a new microphone.
Yeah. It was meant to come in today, but I mean it's Christmas time, so. What are you gonna expect?
Did you go for a mic stand?
Yeah, so the Yaecaster has a stand included.
Oh, okay. Is it an arm stand that you put on your desk and up and down?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was having trouble recently with the Blue Yeti, the original one I had, but they're quite expensive, so it's not something you just want to replace.
No.
It's one of the best like all-in-one USB condenser mics.
The newer ones
for the
seem
price.
to be. I couldn't see any problems. Like when I searched for Yeti products, I couldn't see any of the new ones having problems. It's always like the traditional ones that have problems. So I'm hoping that it's not.
Because you were like, I'm going to get a Yeti, and I'm sitting there troubleshooting Yetis with you every podcast, and I'm like, How could you be looking at Yetis?
You know, like it's like when like your Apple device breaks, you're like, well, I'm gonna have to get a new Apple device then. And it's just like you got this broken Apple device. You're stuck in the ecosystem.
Well, let's get
the
right.
The thing is, though, like as an all-in-one microphone solution, I still like rate Blue quite highly. So the company that makes Yetis.
Well, they're owned by Logitech, and according to Dave,
exactly.
According to Dave, I'm a Logitech shill.
Yeah, I think I'm a Logitech shill as well.
So I guess I love Blue Yeti because they're owned by Logitech.
Yeah, I'm Logitech and Corsair shill, so...
Yeah, you'll see that. Alright, let's move on to the first trailer. This is probably my most anticipated game that was announced, and I think maybe for Vietnam Dave as well. It's the Back for Blood. It is Turtle Rock Studios working on a brand new 4-player co-op zombie game. If you don't know... Back 4 Blood is made by Turtle Rock, who worked on the original Left 4 Dead. And then Left 4 Dead 2, I think, was mostly Valve at that point.
Was it?
Yeah, so Turtle Rock, they were Valve South for a while, but then eventually they left the company. They went on to make Evolve, and they're like... Their deal was... they would give up the Left 4 Dead IP in return for them leaving the company, sort of thing, when they got acquired. Because they went to, I think it was 2K publisher.
Yeah, they're like the assholes that like shut down the actual Evolve, right? And they wanted to keep Evolve going.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it was 2K.
I'm in trouble playing the videos at the moment. There is a closed beta for Back 4 Blood right now. I think me and Dave, we signed up and we couldn't get into it, sort of thing. We did try and play it.
I really like these the big zombies that really well put, like the special really zombies. Good art. Yeah, they look really nice and like interesting.
From what I've seen, like I've seen a lot more content on this than the other ones because I'm quite interested in this. So I've seen like the other stuff. It seems like they've gone between Left 4 Dead 1 and then like a game like World War Z. Then they might not have done a good enough job as either, sort of thing. Okay. Like it seems like the game's lost like the atmosphere and the kind of the art style of Left 4 Dead 1 has like amazing atmosphere, sort of thing.
Right.
And then World War Z has amazing like giant hordes of zombies. And this feels like something that might be in the middle that's not quite as good as either, sort of thing. Like, World War Z has amazing, like, player progression. But then this has, like, a card system that's, like, a half progression system.
Okay. Okay. So your concern is that it's, like, not leaning towards any good strengths to make it distinct.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm liking what I'm seeing, but yeah, I think, yeah.
Guys, Shrek's in the game. They got the ogre.
I know. I was watching Jim Sterling look at this, and like I kind of agree with him. Like I kind of like how the darkness is kind of like monochrome. And then there's like you have like these flashes of color in the middle of the darkness. It's like it's kind of interesting. I quite like that personally.
One thing I was going to say, I think a lot of people are complaining about how in Left 4 Dead, slashing through zombies feels really good, where in this game it just not quite right, sort of thing. Here you can see like the card design. So I think every level you select cards, some will give you like more health, some will give you more ammo, and then you might trade like a certain stat for a different stat, and that's kind of how they've expanded on like the system in Left 4 Dead, where
it feels more board gamey than realistic at that point, though, right?
The big thing is from Left 4 Dead, the original one, they've brought the director system back over. I love talking about the director system in Left 4 Dead because I think it's some of the smartest game design you can see in a lot of modern games. Where if you don't know how the director works, basically there's imagine like someone was watching your game of Left 4 Dead and they were changing how many zombie spawns or how many special infected spawn. But there's a computer that does that called the director. And what they do is if you're doing too well, they try and make the game harder, and if you're not doing well, they try and make it a bit easier. So they're always constantly trying to give you the right amount of difficulty to keep the game interesting, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it seems like the director
Good.
system is back in Back for Blood as well, which I think is cool. I don't know. I feel like at this point, from the extended stuff I've seen about it, I've got tempered expectations.
Okay.
I
like the look of I'm seeing, but yeah,
I'm gonna hold back on my full opinion until I've played
Yeah.
like the open beta or whatever, if that comes out and I get to play it. But for now, I don't know. It's a new game from somebody who used to work at Valve, so let's put it up on my list of games.
The next thing on the list. Okay.
Yeah, because I was like, it's going to take us 5 seconds to talk about those, so let's get those out of the way.
Let's talk about it for 5 seconds then.
The next Mass Effect game, Tony. We got brand new exclusive footage of the next Mass Effect game.
Wow, look, a galaxy.
I think it could be the Andromeda Galaxy. Whoa, probably not.
I hope not.
They probably want people to forget about Andromeda.
Yeah.
Well, are you hyped for the new Mass Effect game?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm not even hyped for the new Dragon Age game. I'm gonna wait.
Really?
I don't trust BioWare. Like
Okay.
they're not. They don't make flawless games anymore. Like you're not like, oh yeah, every BioWare game might have flaws, but it's gonna be good. It's like now it's like, we're gonna have to wait and see.
Speaking about
Like,
EA,
they haven't even shown anything.
Speaking about EA Prisons, we do have some quite cool news about a previous EA developer, Visceral. Some of their devs, we have an interesting trailer about that, but I'll get into that a bit later. But yeah, basically, BioWare made the news by not showing anything.
Yeah.
Apart from the fact we know the next Dragon Age game is going to have Varric in it. So there's that.
Good, just what we need.
That's what we know about the next Dragon Age game.
Who actually cares about Varric though?
I don't know.
Like, I don't give a shit. Like, is he actually a popular character? Because I don't care.
I haven't played enough of the
I
Dragon
swear
Age
the
games
people
to-
I like, everyone hates. So.
Well, I
can't
think
bring some
just
people
I
back
think
down.
we're just gonna have to wait and see more for the new Dragon Age and Mass Effect games, but tempered expectations based on stuff like Andromeda and the state of BioWare right now. I should probably mention it now because this is kind of BioWare related, but Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 is coming to iPhone, iPad, and Android on the 18th of December. It's out now, actually, thinking about it as I say it.
Yeah, it's out now.
So you can get Knights of the Old Republic 2 on your phone now for £15. I don't know who this market is for, but I also didn't fully understand the RuneScape mobile market.
Is it on iOS?
Yeah, and Android.
Alright, it's for people with M1 Apple MacBooks.
Ah, yes.
It's for them. They can finally play a game on their Apple device.
Well, good on them. And
They
can listen to it on their $500. They can listen to it on their $550 Apple AirPods Max as well.
Yes,
so.
yeah. They look pretty good though. This a little bit expensive.
Yeah, they got the good noise cancellation of the AirPods.
Yeah,
sort
and
of
it's
thing.
quite good quality for what they are. It's a little bit expensive for the noise quality. I don't like the case.
Oh, sorry,
Products.
We know nothing about Mass Effect Dragon Age, but I should mention Back for Blood is coming out June 22nd, 2021. I made sure to try and write down the release date of any game I could find it for.
Do you think this will get pushed back though? Or do you think that's actually it's well in development?
Depends on what people think of the closed beta, because
they
might do a Sonic and go, we know you weren't happy, so we're going to change it. But if I don't mention the platforms that the games are going to release on, just assume it's coming out on all major platforms. And then I've tried to say if something's like an Epic exclusive or a console exclusive, I'll tell you then. Sort of thing. Because otherwise I'll just keep listing the same consoles.
And we don't know if Mass Effect games or Dragon Age games would be Origin exclusive or will be like Apex and launch natively
this
on
one
other platforms.
kind of came out of left field, but I'm kind of hyped for it in a way.
Okay.
Evil Dead the game. I don't know if you know anything about the Evil Dead film franchise.
No.
But it's quite a popular sort of campy horror series where it's got kind of the cult following. I know it. I kind of know it more from the fact that there's a Dead by Daylight survivor you can play as. It's
Right.
Ash, I think.
Yes, no, I think I know it more from other media covering it than the actual original media.
But this is a
Wait, it was a
game.
night. What?
This is a game coming out in 2021, and it's a 4-player zombie shooter. And I didn't even realize this until I went back and looked at the developer. It's made by Saber Interactive, and if you don't know who Saber Interactive are, they made World War Z. So we have another sort of 4-player co-op zombie game coming out in 2021.
Licensed as well. Interesting.
Yeah, with World War Z's licensed as well.
Yes, I'm saying, yeah, it's like another licensed thing from them. Very interesting.
Yeah.
What's with the night? Like, I don't know anything about this franchise. Like, what's with the night?
I don't know, to be honest with you.
I don't get it.
Dave says he thinks Evil Dead the game looks better than Back 4 Blood. That is a bold call, and I can't say I disagree with you at this point.
I don't know. I fair enough, but I feel like we saw more with the other one.
We definitely got a lot more information about Back 4 Blood.
Back 4 Blood.
That is fair. We'll move on to the next one. Dave, you're going to love this announcement. There's a new map coming to Among Us. It's his favourite game. He loves Among Us. He's always saying, Joe, when are we going to play Among Us? Well, Dave, there's a brand new airship map coming out.
Okay, what? Airships?
So this is coming early 2021.
Wait, this is the same airship from these guys' other games?
Yes,
okay.
So they've announced for a while it's going to be based on the Henry Stickmin game series.
Yeah.
The new tasks are pretty cool. One of the cool things that I liked about this map that I think is specific to this map is whenever you do a vote, you all go to the cafeteria and that's where you respawn. But specifically to this map, after you vote, you can then all vote on where you want to respawn. So if you're like, oh, we all have tasks in the kitchen, you can vote to all respawn in the kitchen. Okay, we got some... Ash goes to the medieval times and trains knights to fight the army of darkness. Yeah, I know Dave loves those films. I should watch Ash versus... It's Ash versus Evil Dead, right? Is that the one? Let me look it up.
Wait, so this is the 4th map from us.
Is that the new one? That's the new TV series, okay. Because it's the Evil Dead series, right? Is where it's all from. They're like a bunch of old B movies is where they spawned from. Because I don't know, I've never really watched a lot of horror films, let alone like old B movie horror films, but it's just there are some things that interest me, so I might go back and watch them one day. Good thing to watch. I've watched half of Space Cop because Dave was streaming it to me, and he went AFK. So I've watched an hour of Space Cop.
Is it kind of insane this Among Us trailer has 9 million views though?
No, because Among Us is so popular.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I'm so surprised to this day like how big it is.
Well, Tony, Among Us actually just came out on the Switch, and it's already the most popular game on the eShop.
Really?
And to put that into perspective, big, like, very popular games take a really long time to go to the top of the eShop. But Among Us, immediately up there. And it costs money as well. It's like £3-4.
Well, I guess
but immediately
people played it for free right on their phone and went, I want to get this on the Switch.
That is exactly like literally with my group of friends. I've already had one of my friends who was playing it on mobile is now playing on their Switch. And
so from free to paid, and
they were like, I'm getting used to the joystick controls, and I was like, oh, have you tried the touchpad? And they're like, what? The touchpad? Is like, everyone I've talked to forgets the Switch has a touchpad on it. There is touchpad controls on the Switch. Yeah. Dave says Evil Dead is pretty much Sam Raimi before Spider-Man. Okay.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Okay, this one I'm pretty fucking hyped for because I love Joseph Fares, but we've got a brand new Joseph Fares game coming out. I was disappointed that he wasn't in the trailer going, fuck the Oscars, man, fuck the Oscars, and fuck EA, man. But It Takes Two is a co-op love story. It
So
seems.
it's more like his other co-op game, or wasn't really co-op, but the dual stick puzzle game. I guess.
Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons.
That's it. Yes.
Hmm. Well, that's a tale about brothers. A Way Out is a tale about brothers, but this is a story about a couple, so it's slightly different.
Interesting.
Can't wait for that double fine. So, as we talked about, Joseph Fares has the full cock vision. So I'm assuming at some point in this,
Brothers though.
in this double fine looking game, no, at some point there's got to be a flaccid penis in this game. Otherwise, it's not really a Joseph Fares. It's not a Haze-like game. It does look really fun. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like the Toy Story games, or it's got that feel of you're like a little toy, or like Supraland or something. It gives me that feel, and I'm excited to play this.
I'm liking what I'm seeing here though.
I'm excited to play this on Origin Access with Dave at some point. That's probably how I'm going to play it.
I like how this 3D action platformer, I guess, actually has like an interesting characters in it.
But yeah, it's going to be different because of course it's a love story rather than a brother story. But it looks interesting. Of course, copyrighted music. It's called It Takes Two, so right now it's going, It takes two, baby.
Yeah.
Just me and you.
Whoa, what was that? Was that baboon?
There's like microphone snakes. I'm seeing more on the second watch. You've got to do this. You've got to see the second watch to really see the Joseph Fares vision for this game. It looks really fun.
I'm really liking this though.
And it looks like if I played it again as the other character, I would get something else out of it. Because that happened in like a Way Out. Is some characters had different control sections. So if you replay,
I really like the art style of this as well, though. Like it's really
it's got that ragdoll sort of look.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
Well, I like this book character though. He's my favorite character.
It's a co-op artsy puzzly platformer, and that's right up made by Joseph Fares. If you're making a game for me, this is the game. I love this shit. I want more of this shit. People don't make. I feel like we don't have enough like just co-op, like two-player co-op games anymore.
No, not with stories either.
Like Joseph Fares is one of the people who's like, if you're gonna play one of my games, the best, obviously different times, but obviously the best way to play it is to just sit down on a sofa together and just play through my game together, like share an experience through games, sort of thing.
Yeah. I also like that he likes to like make his stories like a part of the gameplay as well to a certain extent, or like interactive.
And he also, what he usually does, he means if one person buys a copy, they can play it with somebody else for free. You don't need 2 copies of the game.
Please allow this to happen again. That'd be great.
He did. I think it's confirmed, allowed again, sort of thing. So that's going to be cool.
Nice.
That's game coming March 26th, 2021. So
game
of the year. It Takes Two.
Are his games profitable? Like, how much money? Like, I assume they're profitable if EA keeps giving him money.
Yeah, I mean, because they can always put an Origin Access, and then they get Origin Access subscriptions, and then they just see how many people download it off Origin Access.
He's like he's not a Pierre Molyneux, but like he's got like that sort of personality, right? Like he's like got a big personality.
That's what I love about Joseph Fares is how many game developers can you name these days? Like figures, like. You're playing like when you go and watch a movie. We can
make more than the average person, but
when you go and watch a movie, you go, I'm watching the new Quentin Tarantino movie. I'm watching the new Martin Scorsese movie. Now it's like I'm gonna play Godfall. Who the fuck made Godfall?
I don't know.
Warframe 2. Who the fuck made Anthem? Who wants this shit?
He made Colin. No, Colin didn't make Anthem.
Okay.
Is it Colin? I can't remember his name from BioWare now. Shit.
I don't know.
No, it's not Colin. I'm thinking of someone else. I don't know.
I think you were trying to say Colin Johansson, but he's from Guild Wars 2.
Yeah, no.
He now works at Amazon.
It is Colin. No, it is Colin, but it's not. It's a different surname.
Okay.
I think it is. I'll double check at some point, but I think it is.
Tony, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. The guy the guy from the evil guy from Final Fantasy VII. You can play as him.
Yeah, big sword man.
I think this is big news because I think Final Fantasy VII is a popular game, but I don't play JRPGs, so.
It's okay. The Final Fantasy remake isn't a JRPG. Well, it is, but it isn't. But it. Oh no, it really isn't, is it?
I don't know, to be honest with you. He looks like
Wait,
his
what's
skill set.
doing?
His skill set looks pretty cool. From what I've seen, like I'm actually legit interested in Smash Bros. Ultimate. It looks like a very good fighting game.
I like a lot of Nintendo IP, so
it's pretty
and Minecraft. I love Minecraft.
It's pretty like uncool what Nintendo's doing right now. Copyright though, they've started like going back on their copyright stuff. They started like copyrighting their music again. They've started like I don't know if you know about the Super Smash Bros. Melee scene, but they've started like basically for Super Smash Bros. Melee on the Nintendo 64. They made custom netcode so you could play it online without like a massive delay sort of thing. And they were using it in the tournaments to play against each other. And Nintendo's basically DMCAing big tournaments so they don't use this netcode that makes the game like actually playable at a high level sort of thing.
Yeah.
Which is pretty funny, like how Sakurai designed Super Smash Bros. As a party game, but then the majority of people play it at like no items, you know, stock sort of thing, where they play it like seriously on like rank sort of thing.
Yeah, I assume you would play it as party game as well.
I play it as a personally. I like to play as a party. I like having all the items on and having a giant Nintendogs lick the screen randomly. So that is coming out on the 22nd, which is Tuesday if you're watching this live. That will be on the DLC Fighter Pass, and I know what you're saying, Joe. Why do we care about this? Because every time they make a new character, they have to make the Kirby version of it. So we now have now have Kirby Sephiroth.
Which is
I find it so interesting that every time they design a character, they have to make the Kirby version, and also they have to make it play like him. If you're a Kirby player in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, you are the ultimate player because you have to know how to play every single character.
Yeah.
Kirby players are the real masterminds in Super
Smash. Update they get something new. It's pretty good. I need a full sword.
The next trailer I'm kind of hyped for because the gameplay looks good, but also kind of not hyped for because I know who's developing it, is Warhammer 4000 Darktide.
I'm not convinced.
It's Vermintide with guns. So the gameplay itself looks really good, which is why I mentioned it. We had the teaser trailer. We literally talked about it, I think, at E3. I'm a big fan of Vermintide 2. I think it's an amazing game. What I'm not a big fan of is the monetization model from Fat Shark and to a more extent, Games Workshop as well. I think
they seem to push that.
The microtransactions and the DLC in Warhammer Vermintide 2 are just fucking awful. They're charging like crazy money for one map. They're charging money for like cosmetic character paths, like an arm and a leg. Like instead of doing free content updates like most games do, they're just shoveling microtransactions and DLC. And
so this Warhammer Left 4 Dead then? I guess it's like Vermintide, right?
With guns, Tony. It's like Skyrim with guns.
Okay, I can get behind this.
The gameplay looks fun, and I'm probably going to play it.
I've recently got into Warhammer as well, so I can get behind this.
But my problem is, because I like to see the other side of Warhammer, because Vermintide's set in like, you know...
The non-40k version.
Yeah, it's set more in like...
Yeah, the
more
fantasy.
Like fantasy sort of genre with like the Skaven and the magic. But this is much more like futuristic and the guns and the laser weapons and that sort of stuff, which
there's still
cool to see.
There's still magic-y stuff, but it's more technology as well.
But yeah, it looks pretty fun. I'm probably gonna play it, but then I'm gonna stop because that's what I think I was gonna do. It's Vermintide 2. The big thing was they were like, oh, we're gonna do the Versus update, and they've been saying that for like over half a year at this point. Or even maybe even a year at this point. They've been like, we're going to add Versus mode to Vermintide 2. But they just never did it. And they just kept working on the microtransactions and the DLC instead. And it's just like, okay, they don't really give a shit about the community sort of thing.
Yeah.
We've got some big Yakuza news. The entire mainline Kiryu Yakuza saga will soon be available on Xbox Game Pass, Windows 10 and Steam. So you're going to be able to play all of the mainline Yakuza saga on Steam, which is really fucking cool. The Yakuza Remastered Collection, Yakuza 3, 4, and 5, are also available separately, and that is coming January 28th, 2021. And also Yakuza 6, The Song of Life, will be coming out in March 25th, 2021, which I assume is the new Yakuza game, as I've never played a Yakuza game, but it's a series I'm very much interested in, because it looks like a very fun sort of open-worldy, combat-y kind of game. I mean, like, all of them coming to PC, I'll probably play Yakuza at some point. So, I'm interested to play it.
Yeah.
This is one I put on for you, Tony. Near Replicant version 1.1224744871139.
I don't understand what the fuck's going on here, though. Like, there's magic.
It's a new...
Am I missing something?
It's a new Nier game.
Yeah. Like, instead of a little droid, you've got a book. It's very similar moveset to Nier Automata.
People say they thought combat looked good, so that's good to see.
Yeah, but it's the same as Nier Automata! Like, it's exactly the same.
Maybe
I don't know.
Maybe if you're a fan of Nier Automata, you might like Nier Replicant.
Yeah, yeah, it's a great game. Like, more of the same is great, but like, I don't see. Surely, it looks more. It just looks more the same to me.
I have
maybe I'm wrong.
No opinion on this game because I haven't played the other one or any of them, and
I don't understand how this relates to the other one because I'm more interested in Nier Automata at this point.
Well, I think Nier Automata had you had to play it like 3 or 4 times to actually fully experience the game.
Yeah, you don't have to though.
Well, I think people played it once and then they were like, "This game sucks," and it's like, well, if you play it 3 times.
No, I don't agree. I don't think people played it once and this game sucks. Some people might have, but I don't think that's the vast majority of people.
That is coming out April 23rd, 2021. Have you ever played Perfect Dark, Tony?
No.
It's a very old game.
What was I supposed to have done?
No, I've never played it either, but they've announced a new Perfect Dark game for PC and Xbox.
I don't remember what.
I believe it's an FPS game.
Yeah, but
I've never played it. I think it's a bit before my time, sort of thing. I think
it
came out.
Doesn't help me at all.
It came out in the year 2000, so I would have been 5 when it came out. It was more of a Nintendo 64 game, and then I believe.
Well, what's it about though?
It's made by Rare as well, which obviously the Rare connection because it's coming out on the through Xbox. An agent of the Carrington Institute Agency, she uncovers conspiracies by rival corporation Data Dane. Don't know. To be honest with you.
So I thought that was Michael Burnham at the end, but I don't think it is.
Oh, it was a spiritual successor to Rare's 1997 first-person shooter, GoldenEye. It's like GoldenEye for Nintendo 64.
Okay, I'm even more confused, but...
Have you ever played GoldenEye? Or seen how it plays?
I've seen a little bit of GoldenEye, but not much.
I've played GoldenEye's pretty cool. So I understand the hype for Perfect Dark, because basically... I assume they were like, let's make another GoldenEye, and then they couldn't get the IP, and then they were like, okay, let's make our own game, sort of thing. But then Rare obviously got bought up by Microsoft, and there was a lot of old titles they didn't do much with, and then I assume this is like, okay, Microsoft, we're expanding our game studios, let's make a new Perfect Dark game. So we don't really know anything about it other than what obviously people know about the original games.
Yeah,
but
Microsoft want to increase I guess they're competing against PlayStation. They need to actually get more first-party games.
But this isn't being made by the Rare guys. They're making Sea of Thieves. This is being made by Initiative Studio, which is Microsoft Studios in Santa Monica, California. So we'll see how they deal with making a new Perfect Dark game.
God.
Tony, this is a huge piece of news. Arc 2 is coming out. Are you hyped for Arc 2?
No, I thought Arc 1 was still shit.
Tony, do you remember that Arc released the DLC before it came out of early access?
Yes, multiple DLCs.
But Tony,
it has Vin Diesel in. I
Vin
forgot.
Diesel's in Arc 2.
Fuck off.
We got a cinematic trailer. I don't know if we got any gameplay. I assume the gameplay would be 2 FPS.
Buggy
how
mess,
Arc
yeah.
runs.
Yeah.
I feel like people are at two minds at Ark. I actually think I bought Ark at launch in like 2015, 2016, whenever the hell it came out. And I refunded it because it was so unplayable.
Yeah, I understand the idea of Ark, but I feel like it's still a buggy mess.
The past and the furious evolved. That's a YouTube comment on this. The thing is, people are like, it's a buggy mess, but it captures something that only Ark does, which is a dinosaur survival game, which is actually kind of
fair
fun.
enough, but that's no excuse to let it slide. Like, I feel like people when it comes to these survival games let a lot of things slide. I'm like, no,
I'm more of the letting buggy stuff slide on survival games because I understand how hard it is to make, but
it's hard to make.
The same thing could be said with you and RPGs, like Bethesda RPGs.
I guess
a lot of people let stuff slide on that sort of thing, so you can see where people are coming from at least.
But I don't let it slide when like I can't fucking like. I don't let Bethesda slide when like the characters are so buggy. I don't know. I guess maybe it is as
Tony, you can decide for yourself because it's confirmed coming to PC. So we're going to be able to play Ark 2 on PC at some point.
So why does there need to be a second game, like a new game engine?
I don't know. Ark 2 is coming to Xbox Series X and S as a console launch exclusive. All the PS5 guys are going, haha, we got Demon Souls on the PS5. Well, guess what? If you want to play Ark 2, you need an Xbox, guys.
Well, you have to wait 10 years before it's patched and not buggy, so it's okay, guys.
So, you saw Vin Diesel in the trailer. They got Vin Diesel to be in the game. Guess what? He's also an executive producer. Apparently, Vin Diesel is also working on the game. He's the president of Creative Convergence and an executive producer on Ark 2.
Why is Vin Diesel got such a massive ego though? Why does he have to be like, the main protagonist in this trailer?
I assume they asked him to be the main protagonist because they knew it would.
Why is he so overpowered in anything he's in?
I don't know. I mean, guys, he's got a great track record with games. Everyone remembers Vin Diesel's last game he was shilling, the Fast and the Furious Crossroads, which came out this year on the 6th of August and looks like a fucking Xbox 360 game.
Remember what I was saying? Like, I wish there was more bad games. Like, they got one this year. It was a Vin Diesel game.
It literally looks like a 360 game. I can't believe this came out this year. Just wait till Vin Diesel gets added to Fortnite. Well, he's going to have to fight the Master Chief then.
Yeah. Oh, that's one thing I don't understand about Evolve is the technology stuff. Like, is it just like this is another planet? Like,
I don't know. I've never played Ark really, but I have it on Epic. So I can play Ark at some point, and I might. So we'll see. But remember, guys, okay, Vin Diesel had a bad Fast and the Furious game he was shilling. Ark was kind of a fucking mess.
Well,
shall we give Wildcard Studios a break? But wait, didn't they also was it the worked on Atlas as well?
Yeah, they worked on Atlas, right?
I don't know. Wait, so
while they were meant to be working on DLC for I don't trust this development team. I'm gonna be honest.
It was at a point where people were going inside Atlas and you could get the Ark menu up.
Yeah.
So no, and you may be watching the trailer for Atlas and going, "This looks like good gameplay." I can tell you, it was nothing like this.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't trust these guys anymore. Like I'll let them slide when Ark was first coming out because the survival games are so hard to make. But I'm at the point now I'm not going to give them benefit of the doubt. They've made a lot of money. There are no excuses.
Oh, this is kind of a cool one. Disco Elysium: The Final Cut. I don't know if you heard about this, but Disco Elysium was a big like CRPG from 2019.
Yeah, I know Disco Elysium. I haven't heard about the Final Cut stuff.
So the really cool thing about Disco Elysium is there's almost no voice acting in the entire game. It's all text-based, right? For Disco Elysium: The Final Cut, they're adding voice acting to the entire game.
Nice.
So there's going to be like, I've listened to the voice acting in the trailer, and it sounds really cool.
So it's this came out like almost like over a year ago now, right? It came out.
Yeah, 2019.
So I guess they got. I guess it was very popular because. Okay, interesting.
Disco Elysium was very popular. It won
So I
a
guess
lot
they got
of
so much money.
awards.
Like, fine, we'll pay for voice actors.
They're going to add brand new quests to the game, and it's a free upgrade for anyone who owns the game. So they're not even charging for this. This is going to be a free upgrade for people who already have Disco Elysium. And this is
DLC.
Yeah, it's coming out March 2021. They were just like, let's add a free update that adds voice acting to the entire game and brand new quests. Like, that's pretty fucking cool to see, especially considering it's such a like well-reviewed and well-received game. So
yeah,
you love to see stuff like that. So I thought I'd mention that. Now, I think we move on to games that I either mentioned because it was interesting who the developer was, or it's interesting because... Or I'm like, I don't know about this one. Crimson Desert. Do you know why I'm talking about this game?
No.
This... Okay, so I watched it and I was like, it just looks like a generic RPG game. But it's the same developer as Black Desert Online.
Okay.
So people are saying like, this is the new Black Desert Online. Because Black Desert Online came out, what, 5 years ago or something like that?
Yeah, it's kind of... They're still kind of working on it, but yeah.
And quite a lot of people like Black Desert Online despite
I like the combat.
microtransactions they have for the game, where it's
Yeah.
quite microtransaction heavy.
And the story is a interesting mess.
But people are saying like, well, this could be a chance for them to restart Black Desert Online and add some features that people have wanted for a while. So I thought I'd mention it if people were out there like, oh, I'm a Black Desert Online fan and this interests me.
Well, I played Black Desert, so
yeah.
The
Callisto Protocol. This is I think. Oh, it's just the Red Band cinematic trailer. I don't know if I can show this. I actually don't know if this trailer is like Twitch TOS, because it's like pretty graphic. So we'll see if I get banned live on stream.
Is this, sorry?
So this is a horror game from 2000. This is a horror game from 2000, and I've written 2020, 2021. It must be.
Right.
But it's from Striking Distance, and if you don't know who Striking Distance are, they are the dev of former Visceral Games. So this is a spiritual successor to Dead Space, which is really fucking cool. And they're set up by PUBG Corp so Striking Distance was set up by PUBG Corp to make a narrative game for PUBG. So it's a spiritual successor to Dead Space that's confirmed set in the PUBG universe.
How is this in the PUBG universe though?
I don't know.
The PUBG universe.
It's the cinematic universe that's coming to video games.
Wait, we're in space.
Yeah.
What? What? As monsters.
We reported that PUBG was setting up some narrative games in the PUBG universe, and I was like, what the fuck narrative games are they gonna do? Apparently they're making the spiritual successor to Dead Space.
What the fuck has this got to do with PUBG? Why does PUBG need a cinematic universe? Just make a new one. No one's gonna care.
I'm a little bit hyped for this game.
It looks good though, yeah.
It seems kind of creepy. I don't know if I can show the full trailer because some guy gets fucked up by an alien.
That's fine.
But if you want to watch it, no, it's on camera in the Red Band.
It's not that bad though. Fucking just wait as tentacles come out.
Yeah, okay. But if you're interested, you can watch that. It was confirmed by Kotaku. Oh, this is the non-Red Band, I think. Wait, is it the same trailer?
Is there another trailer that's even worse?
Yeah, because I don't know, which trailer did you call? There's the Red Band one is like bad.
Okay, I don't know.
Because the one you're watching might be the off-camera one, but on the Red Band trailer they show like what happens on camera. And they've been coming out with a lot of stuff recently saying like, this is going to be the most gruesome, scary game ever, sort of thing. That's like the marketing they're doing. Because this is the one they showed at the Game Awards, but they did release a Red Band trailer where they show like in brutal detail.
Oh, okay.
Are you watching the Red Band one now? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm watching it. That's pretty brutal, yeah.
Yeah. So there is an uncensored version which you can watch, but I don't know if it's Twitch terms of service or if it's
probably not,
or if it's going to be.
I'm all for this
YouTube,
though.
So
it's pretty good.
We will see. But yeah, that looks pretty interesting. Oh, I get to sing a song now. Oh yeah, it's in the PUBG universe, guys. Elite Dangerous Odyssey gameplay revealed. I was like, there's no way we can play the music to this, because just imagine right now, Space Oddity by David Bowie is playing, because that's the music that's playing in the background. Ground control to Major Tom.
It's a classic song.
To Major Tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on.
Look, it's got Mayonnaise a top comment.
Ground control to Major Tom.
You know Scott Manley is, right?
Yeah. Only from you talking about him.
Okay.
Commencing countdown, engines on. Check ignition. And may God's love be with you.
Star Citizen stuff before Star Citizen comes out? That's just Elite Dangerous' thing at this point, I swear.
I read something on Reddit. Apparently, Star Citizen has won the worst ongoing game award, sort of thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, they sometimes they do awards for the best ongoing game service, but they've. Oh, Dave's saying take it away, Toby. He wants you to sing Space Oddity now.
Sorry.
This is ground control to Major Tom. You've really made the grade. And the papers want to know whose shirt you wear. I can't do David Bowie justice, but I will at least.
Yeah, I feel like Elite Dangerous is like just a better way to develop a space game compared to Star Citizen.
But basically, this is the
bigger vision.
This is the expansion DLC that's been in development since 2018 to give you an idea of how expansive it is, and it's going to add missions, emergent quests, and of course, intense tactical combat on foot.
That wasn't in. That's not in.
For the first time ever, you can go outside of your ship.
Yeah, that's
which
insane.
is like huge for the game. Because recently they gave the game away for free on Epic, and that was like, okay, maybe they're giving away the base game for free because they're releasing the big expansion DLC. And then if people play Elite Dangerous, they'll want to buy the Odyssey expansion.
Yeah, there's already a big expansion called Horizon that came out a couple of years ago, so that wasn't free on Epic either.
Okay, next up we have Evil West. I don't think we've seen any gameplay for this. There is a store page. I'll have a look at that in a second. But this is Flying Wild Hog. So this is the Shadow Warrior Hard Reset developers.
This one? Yeah, that's kind of cool.
It's like the Wild West kind of game made by those guys. I loved Shadow Warrior 1, the remake of the original Shadow Warrior. I'm not a huge fan of Shadow Warrior 2 from what I've played so far. I'm a little bit disappointed by it. So I'm tempered expectations based on how Shadow Warrior 3 and this game comes out on Flying Wild Hog. I mean, I liked Devolver Digital Expo, which they made. So, I mean, we'll have to see how this comes out.
Shadow Warrior 3 isn't out yet, is it?
No, it hasn't come out yet. It's coming in 2021, I think.
How they've improved.
If Shadow Warrior 3 comes out, I'm hoping it's a single-player only game, and it's closer to Shadow Warrior 1 than Shadow Warrior 2.
Right.
I'm hoping it's more like a Doom 2016 kind of game than
Could you not make a Shadow Warrior 1 game with co-op though?
Yeah, but they didn't.
No, they didn't. But you just worried that if they did, they'd make it back to 2.
Well, the thing is, couldn't you just make Fallout with co-op, but then Fallout 76 exists?
Yes, you could.
I feel like when you go for co-op, you can make a good co-op game, but people fall for a lot of the pitfalls and traps of co-op games where it just turns into a grindy side quest that I don't care about.
I will say there aren't many co-op open world games, probably for a technical reason, where it makes more sense to then be more of an MMO.
Let's just say, when I was playing Shadow Warrior 2, I felt like I was playing a side quest on Diablo. Like I didn't feel like I was playing
Right.
Shadow Warrior.
Okay.
That's what I don't like about co-op. Like there wasn't any loot or gear in the original Shadow Warrior. Like it was such a huge difference between the
Yeah,
games.
no, I'd have to actually play it to see.
You own the game, Tony.
Yeah.
So.
I know. I play it anytime.
I'm going to revisit Shadow Warrior 2 at some point, probably, but it's just not anytime soon because I was just so bored of it so quickly that I was like,
Right.
I could just play something else.
Some of the layer stuff looks kind of
Like
interesting,
Resident Evil 6, at least that will make me laugh with how terrible it is.
That's the
biggest offense from any game, is to be boring instead of to be terrible. Because at least terrible
it
games
just
are
crashes though. I feel like that's a pretty bad offense.
So on Steam it's listed as a character action game, a CAG. I've never heard the tag CAG.
What
guys,
the hell is that?
it's a CAG, guys. It's a CAG. I've never heard the term CAG, but I assume that means like you're playing a character and it's not a full RPG, but there might be some leveling up abilities, like upgrades like you get in Doom or in Shadow Warrior, for example. And there's beat 'em up on it. Okay. Battle alone or with a friend in stylish, gory combat. With a friend is a bit better, maybe, because it's 2-player potentially, which I'm more a fan of than 4-player. Because when you go to 4-player, you start to get like the random drops and the repetitive grind sort of things.
I don't know, I think you can still balance 4-player. But
it says perks, upgradable weapons, and tools.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm tempered expectations on this. It could be good. This is where I'm saying, I'm not sure about these games I'm talking about now, but I'm still interested in this. That's why I'm talking about it.
Okay.
Ruined King, a League of Legends story. So I've talked about this 2 times before. I talked about the fact that it was going through Riot Forge, where Riot Games was allowing another developer to make a League of Legends game. This is coming out in 2021. We got actual gameplay footage from like, well, what seems like gameplay footage. It's not like full gameplay footage, I don't think. But it does look
JRPG.
It's a turn-based RPG sort of thing. So think
JRPG.
Think like a Darkest Dungeon sort of thing.
This looks a lot like a JRPG.
Right.
The way you walk around and then go into battle.
But I think it's...
Oh, there are interactions before the battles, actually. Interesting.
Yeah. So, when I saw what the game... I knew it was a turn-based RPG with League of Legends characters. I thought, oh, it's going to be Darkest Dungeon style. It's going to be like 2D versions of the characters. But it looks a lot more like they've taken the 3D models from the League game itself and then ported them over, almost. I'm not a huge fan of the art style they went with. It seems like...
That's fine to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't like the combat animations. Because we do actually get to see gameplay here, and you see like the 2D sort of HUD sort of thing.
What's wrong with the combat animations?
I don't know. They just don't look satisfying. I don't like the animation. But it is... So this is, as we've mentioned before, Airship Syndicate. So this is the developers of stuff like Darksiders Genesis, and they have worked on other turn-based games.
I actually quite like the animations. So.
But I think like the games they made were mostly for like the mobile market, Airship Syndicate, where they worked on. But I have to say,
I personally like the look of this. I quite like the animations, so I think I'm actually kind of interested.
Ruined King, a League of Legends story, tempered expectations from me.
It's got pirates in.
Yeah, it's true. It's set in Bilgewater, which is the League of Legends versions of Pirate Town.
I can finally learn about League of Legends pirates.
League of Legends lore and Megalol.
Yeah.
Super Meat Boy Forever. It's coming out soon. We got a announcement trailer. 23rd of December. It's coming out. And I wrote down it's an Epic exclusive, but it might not be because I think it might also be on Steam. Let me check. Yes, it's also on Steam. It's coming out late. It's coming out later on Steam, I think.
What? How much later?
Like a year later, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think it's like Epic exclusive for a year, and then it's coming out on Steam and stuff, which is why it already has a store page sort of thing. So yeah, it is an Epic exclusive for now.
Looks pretty good though.
I think it's like £14.
Okay.
on Epic, which at the moment, if you don't, the Epic Store is having a coupon sale where you can get £10 off one thing you buy. So technically, if you're really hyped for Super Meat Boy Forever, can you use coupons on pre-orders? I don't actually know. But if
Isn't it just below the minimum, isn't it, though? Or
no,
is
it's
it
about minimum is £13.99.
Ah, okay, good. Excellent.
So if you used your Epic coupon on this game, it would cost £4 to buy this game, which is kind of crazy how like good the Epic coupon is.
Hmm.
So it's one to consider if you're. I'm a big fan of Super Meat Boy. I haven't played The End Is Nigh yet. It's also been given away for free on Epic as well. It does look pretty good. I have completed and I love the original Super Meat Boy. So I'd be interested to play a new Super Meat Boy.
Yeah, I like how much how much more they've added. I don't know, like it just looks more stylized. This.
Yeah, I like the art.
I don't know, something about it, more punch somehow.
Yeah, more punch, good punch.
I don't know how they've managed that considering the original Meat Boy.
Yeah, 10-bit expectation on that one. We don't know too much about it other than it's going to be another Super Meat Boy game that's going to be exclusive to Epic. Now we're going to go borderline experimental, guys, on these trailers. Shady Part of Me. I put this one on here because it's out now and it's an artsy puzzle platformer.
Yeah,
which, as you know,
it's really nice.
I love artsy puzzle platformers.
Yeah. I quite like the way that the story is being told through the trailer as well. I quite like this.
I like that it's like it kind of reminds me of like Limbo, where you do things with your shadow sort of thing. That was a big thing in Limbo. Well, of course, you were a silhouette, so I don't know.
But this is like your shadow actually has like a second part to you. It's kind of interesting, yeah.
One of my favourite genre of games is artsy platformers, so this might be a game I want to check out, sort of thing.
Is this part of a Focus Home, is that saying? Yeah, okay.
They publish a lot of interesting games, usually. They do a lot of like they do a lot of like walking simulators, I think, Focus. Yeah, I think they have some issues, Focus Home Interactive, with the games they publish. Look, they do A Plague Tale In, The Surge, Greedfall, Vampire, some of the big ones that they've been the publisher on. Check that. But it does look pretty cool. And I really enjoyed the soundtrack. I think of all the trailers I heard, I thought Shady Part of Me had the best soundtrack of them all. So yeah, definitely check that out. Go on to the next one. Taika, Joe, why did you put this on? It's an artsy puzzle. It's an artsy platform where you can turn into a watermelon. I think somebody said it's Moana the video game, and I couldn't disagree with them. I don't know. Have you seen Moana the Disney film? It's got that kind of Breath of the Wild 3D platformer kind of vibe to it, where the main catch of the game is...
I don't know if you know you've muted on Discord or not, but...
Oh. I've been talking this whole time.
Yeah, I assume so.
I must hit my mute button. Did you hear me talk about... You heard me talk about Shady, right? I must have hit bind by accident.
I had some part Shady Part of Me, yeah.
Okay. I'm talking about Taika now.
Okay, that's fine.
Tell me if you watch Discord, because I've got too many things open on my screen.
Yeah, that's why I got Discord open.
Yeah. So Taika is Moana the video game, as someone said.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of Breath of the Wild in a lot of ways, is what I was saying. From what it seems like, you can glide on an island, and you can become anything. Like you can turn into like an eagle or.
Wait, I can play the guitar. Hang on.
You can, the reason I put this on is because you can become a melon. That's why I put, or like a coconut. And I was like, that's dumb, and I like that.
How do you turn into other things? Oh, what the hell? Interesting.
It looked fun. I'd have to see gameplay.
You can be a shark.
It looked fun. Like I really want to see gameplay for this to see like how much of it is like story sections and how much of it's just like free roam exploration, go and explore this island.
I mean, the exploration part looks good as well, but yeah, I'm hoping
Yeah.
it's more streamlined and like it all like ties together. That'd be quite nice.
Yeah, but if you want to play Moana the
Good.
video game, check out Taika. Again,
Oh, it's on Stadia, guys. We got them.
yeah, guys, it's on. Make sure to get Stadia. Apparently, I was watching Tech Linked. Apparently, Stadia was one of the most stable ways to play Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
It was like, was it Mario saying, wait, why is Stadia in the news? What the hell?
Next up, we have Century Ages of Ashes. The reason
that's a weird one.
the reason I put it on there, it's a free-to-play dragon fighting game, and I never knew I needed it until I saw this game because it looks fucking awesome, and it's free-to-play, so I'm gonna check it out. I'm probably gonna play it.
Yeah.
It looks fun. I don't know what more to say. I've never gone.
This is heavily inspired by a franchise. That's what I'm gonna say.
I don't know what's the franchise.
I don't know what it's called, but I reckon it's like a very similar idea.
But it's like, it kind of reminds me of like the dragon in Harry Potter, that sort of thing.
No, there's one where it's like tons of different dragons, and it's like the king has like a certain dragon legion sort of thing, and it's like medieval style.
I've never seen a dragon combat game. I gotta be honest with you.
No, it's a dragon commander, which is like strategy RTS combined with a combat or real-time combat, which is weird.
But this is coming out February 2021. It's going to be free to play, so I'm probably going to check it out and play it at some point because it looks pretty fun from what I've seen. So, Endless Dungeon, from the creators of Dungeon of the Endless comes Endless Dungeon. If you're confused, so was I when I was looking into this. So it seems like
people do all the Endless stuff, right?
So Dungeon of the Endless was like quite a popular sort of ARPG sort of game, and now they're making a new one sort of thing.
Okay.
Too bad, because I think there's more gameplay at the end of the trailer. The soundtrack for this was alright as well. It does look pretty fun, like a fun little futuristic ARPG to play with friends.
Yeah.
You don't see many of those actually, like futuristic ARPGs. The only one I was gonna say, the only game I think I've played that's even close to this would be Alien Swarm, but I can't think of a game that is like this that I've played. Like it's, I don't think I've ever played like a futuristic ARPG. So yeah, I definitely want to check that out.
Is it weird? This kind of reminds me of Deep Rock Galactic in a way, though. It's like the monster design.
And it's roguelite as well. Let me have a look. I assumed it was a... it does have co-op as well, so that's kind of confusing how it's a roguelite.
Yeah, what?
Because it's got it's got ARPG tag. How is it roguelite though? Maybe you just do runs?
You respawn in the trailer. I guess if you die, you have to start again.
Okay. I don't think we have a date on when this is coming out, but I will check that out when we have more information about it. It does look pretty fun.
The lady singing the song is Lyra Lind, but the song is not out yet. Okay, thank you, YouTube comment.
Fist. This one is a wild card. It is a Metroidvania action game with a bunny with a giant robotic fist. This is from a Chinese developer, I believe. So I know nothing about them, but it looks pretty fun from what I've seen. I can't say more than that. It just looks fun. It looks like there's some like platforming. The action looks satisfying.
Yeah.
I'll have to wait until like we get full gameplay or it comes out and we get some reviews. But this game just looks fun.
Play game, oddly.
It just looks fun. It looks like the sort of like the side scroller, brawler, platformer sort of game that I would play.
It's good. So, yeah.
Like the animations and stuff look really cool, which is why I mentioned. Yeah. I think this is definitely one to watch.
Oh, it's Metroidvania as well. Nice.
Yeah, Metroidvania. That's
nice.
Spring 2021. Oh, I wrote down for Fist. It's $300. Fisting is 300
Okay.
bucks.
I see.
That's
I
a
see
that's a
what you've
meme,
done.
guys. Fist stands for Forge and Shadow Torch. I don't think it's going to cost £300, but
300 yen.
yeah. So definitely check that one out when we know more about it. And then the final piece of news before
How's
we end the
this?
podcast, I think, because I don't. We're coming
Going
up
for
to
an hour
time.
and 5 minutes.
Yeah. Overcooked,
Oh,
all you can
Overcooked,
eat.
right.
Swedish chef enters the kitchen. That's right, guys. Swedish chef has now entered the Overcooked kitchen. There was this big thing about the Game Awards, and they were having tons of like celebrities announce Game Awards, and one of them was like, the Swedish chef will be announcing an award at the Games of the Year Awards. And I was like, why the fuck is the Swedish chef announcing a game award at the Game Awards? And now we know he's coming to Overcooked All You Can Eat. And if that really confused you, it really confused me, because I was like, what's Overcooked All You Can Eat? Isn't that just Overcooked 2? No. So, this is
in 2020. What?
This is free for all Overcooked You Can Eat players. And what Overcooked All You Can Eat is, they've packaged together Overcooked 1 and 2 together into one game for console players, and they've rebuilt all of the Overcooked 1 levels onto Overcooked 2's engine, which also means, if you don't know, Overcooked 1 was a fully single-player local co-op game, whereas Overcooked 2 has netcode and you can play it online. So what that means is, you can now play Overcooked 1 online with other people on this version, but it's only on Xbox right now. There's no PC version of Overcooked All You Can Eat edition, which means you can only at the moment play Overcooked 2 multiplayer. You can't play Overcooked 1. So I'm wondering, when is Overcooked All You Can Eat coming to PC? Like, do they have plans to port this to PC? It's like a console exclusive at the moment, like a real Xbox console exclusive.
Yeah.
I feel like I may have talked about this at some point, but I probably forgot about it. But yeah, it's just a bit of a head scratcher, this one. I mean, Swedish Chef and Overcooked's cool, but is he going to be added to Overcooked 2 as well?
Well, why can't I repackage? Why can't I just have like the one maps in the Overcooked 2?
I mean, the Xbox Series X and S are essentially just PCs. I mean, I don't think it'd be too hard to
consoles are
port it
basically
over.
just PCs in a way. I think more PC-like than the other generation.
But yeah. Do you want to try and go through quick news?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it. We can do it.
I'm going to speedrun it, because I don't think I particularly have anything long to say about any of them.
Okay.
We talked about that. Steam's added a perfect game tab to Steam, so if you go into your profile on Steam now, you can click on it, and it will show you every single game that you have 100% completed achievements on. I have Hot Lava, and I used to have Superland, but then they made DLC and made new achievements.
I hate, yeah, like I the games I play, they add really stupid achievements. Like, okay, Solaris, right, has an achievement where you have to play as humans, and you find a like a Bronze Age, or no, sorry, an Industrial Age to modern age civilization of reptilians, and you have to go and infiltrate their civilization. That's an achievement. Like, you have to like be so lucky with that. It's insane. I feel like every game I want to get 100% on is just like, yeah, we're gonna add some really stupid achievements for no good reason.
Okay. I'm just setting up a speed run here, Tony.
Okay.
Alright, I'll come back to it. Perfect Game tab. The Steam News Hub is out of beta. It's a fully fledged Steam feature now. So if you go to steampowered store.com/news, you can just use your news tab. I've been using it for a while and it's pretty useful. Master Chief and the Blood Gulch map from Halo is coming to Fortnite. I found this pretty funny because now you can make Kratos and Master Chief face off on a Nintendo Switch, as Fortnite is on everything now, and Kratos came onto there as like a platform bending rules now. It was pretty funny. They used, if you haven't seen the trailer, they used Red versus Blue and Ninja to announce this. You don't know Ninja, one of the most popular Twitch streamers now. He used to be a Halo professional player. That's how he started out. So it's pretty cool that they got him on this trailer. Also, Michonne and Daryl Dixon are coming to Fortnite as well. There's your next crossover. The Walking Dead's coming. Cloud gaming with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is coming to iOS devices and Windows PC in spring 2021. I think it was live on Android in beta. All on Iron Man mode. I think he's talking about Fortnite there. I think that's what he's talking about. It's probably something in Fortnite that I don't know about because I'm so disconnected from the game at this point. Update on EA Play. So we talked about earlier, EA Play was coming to Xbox Game Pass for PC in 2021. On the day it was supposed to be coming out, it was basically delayed. Okay. So they did like a last minute delay. And it's been delayed until it gets undelayed. It's on a to be decided sort of thing. It's interesting because one thing I'll point out, Windows, everything on Xbox Game Pass has to be a UWP, a Universal Window Program, to be able to run through the Microsoft Store and the Xbox app. And this was like a format that Microsoft was trying to do, where they were trying to make a unified system for making games under the UWP format. But they've gone back on this now, and they're like breaking away from it, so they've kind of given up on it. But they're... What, are you typing an essay, Tony? What are you doing?
Yeah. Don't worry. Okay.
The UWP app. So there could be an issue where they have to be a UWP app, but then also all the Origin games have to launch through Origin as well. So I guess there's some sort of clusterfuck between UWP and Origin games having to launch the Origin launcher. I think that's what's caused this huge delay. That's just speculation from me, but that seems it would make the most sense.
That's something that would...
Minecraft RTX is out of beta, so if you have the Windows 10 version of Minecraft, you can play Minecraft with RTX right now. Medal of Honor Above and Beyond now requires 173 gigabytes of storage. If you want to play the new Medal of Honor VR game, it takes up a lot of fucking space. Good luck playing it on the portable Quest 2, because it will not fit on there. I think the base model for the Quest 2 is 64 gigabytes, and I think this was made in part with Oculus.
Right.
And the recommended PC specs for this game were even higher than Half-Life Alyx, and included a 2080 an Nvidia GTX 2080 graphics card as the recommended graphics card for this game. So it's pretty intensive. It also recommended an SSD as well, which is pretty interesting. Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition continues to confuse me even more, Tony. They're releasing the Lords of the West expansion on January 26, 2021.
Yeah,
the base game of Age of Empires 2 has an expansion. The HD edition of Age of Empires 2 has 3 expansions, and now the Definitive Edition has a different expansion. So there's 3 different versions of Age of Empires 2, all with different expansions.
I believe the Definitive Edition has all the previous expansions already in it, though.
I don't know if it does.
I think it might.
I don't know. I don't know enough about, because there's Age of Empires 2 HD, but there's also Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. I don't understand the differences. I don't know.
Does Age of Empires 2 include all the DLCs? Have a look.
Okay.
Age of Empires 2 will also include all 3 Forgotten Empire expansions, plus a brand new campaign called The Last of the Khans. So, there's just another DLC you can get on top, I guess.
But you can't get it if you have the HD edition. You have to have the...
No. They're not making it for... They're not updating that game anymore, I don't think.
Right. But what's the difference between the HD edition and the Definitive edition?
I think the HD just like they improved the graphics, whereas I don't know. I thought they switched engine for the HD.
This is why I'm getting confused between the HD edition and the Definitive edition.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know everyone's excited for the Definitive one, not the HD, so...
I don't know. Cyberpunk 2077 had to add a separate warning for epilepsy issue, and they said they're trying to find a permanent solution. If you don't know by now, you probably haven't been on the internet, but Cyberpunk is an undercooked, buggy mess.
Yes.
They've had to apologize for poor console performance, announcing substantial patches coming in January and February next year, and are now issuing refunds. Sony and Microsoft have apparently been denying refunds and telling customers to wait for patches. That was until Sony removed the game from the store and has been offering refunds to everyone. There's also reports that Microsoft is now expanding their refunds for the console versions of Cyberpunk as well.
I don't know if you know, there's been it's not board meetings, but they had board meeting calls with CD Projekt Red's CEOs
they were
and
announced.
Things. I'm wondering if after that people started to contact Xbox and and Sony and maybe you should actually do something about this.
Tony, can I just point out the fact that PlayStation removed Cyberpunk from the PlayStation Store because they deemed it not to be good enough to be on there, but the Life of Black Tiger is still on the PlayStation Store.
To be fair, that game runs. Some people can't get Cyberpunk to run on their PlayStation. So,
okay. But yeah, Cyberpunk news there.
Yeah, also okay. I want to talk about this slightly actually. It turns out to get onto the PlayStation Store, not necessarily to check that it's viable for to be released on PlayStation, right? All it is checking is if it's not so buggy that it breaks the system. That's all they check. It's not it's up to us. There's no standards. It's just does it run.
So the other big news that was kind of sketchy for CD Projekt Red was I was going to Devotion, the Taiwanese horror game, was coming to GOG. If you don't know Devotion is a Taiwanese horror game which was removed from digital storefronts and unavailable for purchase since early 2019 due to the fact there was a Winnie the Pooh Easter egg in the game. And if you don't know the Chinese government, they really hate their president being compared to Winnie the Pooh. It's basically mass censorship on anyone doing that. So they were going to take up, because it famously got removed from Steam. Steam didn't want to lose their connections with China. Then GOG was like, okay, we'll publish it. People were like, oh, cool. GOG's finally publishing this game that's unplayable anywhere. GOG then did a massive U-turn on releasing Devotion. And basically said they were getting messages from many gamers, definitely not from China.
You mean paid people from China to write these messages, right?
We decided not to list the game
not China.
on our
CCP works. The Communist China Party. Sorry, that's not what it is.
So, CD Projekt Red, they're not doing too hot right now. Also, Skatebird, which was a game that was supposed to be coming out on GOG, has pulled its GOG release based on this news about Devotion.
Interesting.
In a stand of unity with them.
That's fair. Okay.
We had Nvidia were banning Hardware Unbox for receiving Founder Edition review samples of their new GPUs because he was focusing too much on traditional rasterization rendering rather than the ray tracing renderization that the cards did so much better than the AMD cards, which is why it was said that that's the reason they wanted him to change his editorial style.
Yeah, it was do what we say, otherwise we won't send you review units.
Everyone was like...
A, it was stupid because of what they were saying was untrue, and B, it was just an evil thing to do regardless of whether it was true or not.
Basically everyone was like, this was a fucking... Nobody liked that, as the Fallout meme would be. And they basically immediately walked back on it. And...
I know Linus got very angry. It's this email is so angry.
He got an email from Nvidia apologizing for the previous email, and they've now basically walked back everything they said to Hardware Unboxed, which is right, because rasterization is still used in games. It's used in almost every game. There's 10 games that have ray tracing.
That's why it's rasterization cores and ray tracing cores.
Anyway. But yeah, that was kind of scummy of Nvidia. I thought I'd point it out. They have walked back on it, but it was shit to do it in the first place, so shame on Nvidia. Final piece of news. We don't know anything about it, but League of Legends has announced it's working on an MMO. It's finally happened. We're getting a League of Legends MMO. That's the final piece of news.
Okay.
Then we'll move on to the Petermology tweet, and we'll end the podcast. Most developers don't dare add geometry from the heart. because you don't ever see it. However, in my new game, the heart can sometimes be seen clipping through the body. I'm fighting to keep this bug in, as it's a testament to the level of detail we put into our games. And I've got to say I agree with Peter because, of course, in the famous cinematic mod for Half-Life 2, Alex had a fully modelled cervix in the cinematic mod, and that was just testament
very useful
to how much that even though you would never be able to see it, it was there just in case, sort of thing.
Just
to add depth to the character. To add depth to the character.
Yeah, I think in the future we should get all organs modelled, even though if you can't see it. I think that's just.
So I've desperately tried to keep this podcast under an hour and a half. We're at an hour and 20 minutes. We've got through everything. We've done it, guys. That is the end of the podcast. Have a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday, Crazy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, any holiday you're supporting. If you're not witnessing Christmas right now, good luck to you. Good luck to lockdown. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Oh, check us out on YouTube and Everything In Between podcast. Twitch.tv/Scorn if you want to watch live. And at Scorn2000 if I remember to post anything there. Goodbye. Oh, Merry Christmas.